So I thought I'd just quickly have a look at the light and how it fits in. We've got a crack here. And then it just, it doesn't seem to like it. Then we've got this big crack and that one. And it's obviously had a bit of a whack at some time, because that doesn't look good either. So I think I'll sort of panel beat the light first and see if it's worth persisting, or maybe I should just buy a whole new headlight. But yeah, I'll see if I can make that fit better. I think I've already recorded how you get these off. I'll just get these out. Oops. Oh, I might need a screwdriver. Back in a sec. Ooh. Get rid of him. This fella out. It should fit straight in, hopefully. Something like 5 3/4 inches, I think they say the size is. So that'll be all right. All right, well, it's not fantastic, this fit, but it is in there. So I think I'll live with that. Might get a new bit of all this stuff one day. Anyway, rough enough's good enough. So now I know it fits. I have to get all that wiring sorted. Hope for the best. So I'll pull it out and fix the wires. So I've come back to this, which is the original headlight plug, which I'll snip this, just splice that together, and then that will plug into it. Okay, so now we have the original plug that goes in there, and I just assumed that blue and white go together, and so green and black must be the ground, the earth or whatever. So just use some of those soldering butt connectors, and now I'll just put a bit of heat shrink over the top of that, and that should all work, I hope. Righto. Old, new. Got it. All right, now I'll just tuck all that back in, and hopefully be good to go. Okay, new engine's arrived. So let's rip it apart and see if we can get it fitted. It's one of those 125 Li-Fan motors. Plenty of videos on how to install those. I'm hoping the bracket's in there with it. If not, I can't do much at all. I better find that out. 3-month limited warranty. Cover. Beautiful. And there's the beast. A little bit of foam lying around from where the other bit got hit. That could be a battery. That is a battery. Oh, well, sure. Beauty. Let's get this out of the plastic. This is the first time I've ever bought a brand new engine from anywhere for anything. Okay, that's it. So I believe the first job is to drill out this shaft here, this engine mount at the top, because it's maybe 8 or 9 mil, and the bolt that goes through it is a 10 mil bolt. Might as well do that. There. Feels like it's going where I want it to go. I'll just keep going. I'm going to come back out. Get rid of some of that swarf. Yeah, it looks to be well centered. We'll keep going. Doing it easy. I think what I'll do now, vacuum this up, spin it around and come at it from the other side. That's probably the smart move. Okay, so she's spun around, we're on the other side. Let's give it a go. About there. I think I'm through. That's as far as I'm going to get from that side. Just clean that up and have a quick look. I think I'm done. And there we go. Happy days. Right, so this is the existing bolt. Hopefully it'll go straight through. I will whack a bit of anti-seize on it, give it a bit of a clean. Aluminium anti-seize, I guess should be all right for the cast alloy. Doesn't need much. Just give that a bit of a tidy up through there. See how that goes. Like I bought one. Back to the hoist, I think. And we'll get the bottom mounting bolt assembly sorted. It's got any oil in it, I wonder? You would think not, but it is. Yep. Thought they would have packed it dry, but anyway, at least it's got something in there. All right. Let's go back to the, just quickly put this on charge so that it's good to go when the time comes. Wouldn't it be nice if that was this afternoon, but shouldn't even say those things. Just so you know, these 4 bolts will end up going through these 4 holes. The other bits and pieces I'm just getting started on, having watched Postie TV is the YouTube channel, does a really good demo on how to put this together, and it just shows you the correct alignment. So coming from the gear side of the bike, or the drive side, you've got your original lower engine mount bolt, which goes through to this first bracket, and then you've got this crush tube or spacer that holds the next one, and then you've got the small spacer, and then your nut, and that's it. And then the base plate will go on here and the engine mounts to that, so I'll get that happening. should go close. Let's see. We're through. Happy days. Okay, so that made it pretty easy being able to use this little jack, air over hydraulic jack, and just lifted it up because it was a little bit fiddly getting it into position, but it's now in. We have a bolt going through here. Surprised there's not like a flat washer there, but anyway. And on the other side, whoop, we have the nut with a spring washer on it, and then this little bracket that holds your fairing on, and then that. All just loosely fitted at the moment. But I should be able to now drop this off and see how we go with the pressure dropping away. Let's see what happens if I just hold this and then lower on this one. Yep. There we go. Just make sure we've got a bit of space clearance. But that gives me enough clearance now to get in under here and fit this base plate, I suppose. Okay, so those engine mounts are now sorted. You do have to manipulate them a bit. It's not the prettiest, but we've got the clearance required, or enough. So that's on. I suppose now we could look at foot pegs. Righto, well, I was getting a little carried away with the fitting and not videoing anything, so just quickly put this little sprocket cover on, and yes, still got to put the chain on, but I did that to get these foot pegs on, and the foot pegs needed to be trimmed just there, that little bit there, and I think the same on that side. Up in here somewhere, wherever there. Just had to take a little bit out of the bracket to allow it to clear around these bolts. Not ideal, and I'll give it a bit of a nicer tidy up and a bit of paint at some point too. But we're on. So that's on. The other side, the clutch covery thingy. That's on, just lightly put in place so that I could make sure I still had the clearances. I've heard other people say that the brakes, oh yeah, I see, yeah, it might be a bit of an issue right there. Anyway, I think now I will look at whacking on the derby. Oops. And doing the electrics, but first I'm going to have a cup of tea. Right, so this was the existing little spacer gasket that was on here and goes straight onto there. That's got a little O-ring on it. So that's all cool. I haven't got an O-ring to go in here, but I do have this gasket and some Hylamar, so I'll give it a go. And we'll see how it all ends up. That looks like, to me, we have the carby on. You little ripper. Well, that wasn't too hard. I just hope this join is all right. I do put a lot of faith in that Hylamar. It's good stuff. Righto, so it's a new morning, and the job today, hopefully, is to get everything wired up. So there's a little bit to be done to get this engine to talk to the wiring loom, and then there's that bird's nest that needs to be reconnected and the headlight to go back in. All right, that's the ignition plug, the original one, rewired to the existing one. I just snipped off all the ones off the engine and did these splices again. And now I'll put a bit of black heat shrink over the top of all of that to protect it. They should all just plug straight into that. Well, somehow all my little cable tie markings and the colour coding here all seems to have worked, and there's no loose ends, and they're all plugged back in. So that's pretty much done, other than putting the chain back on, fueling her up, and going over every nut and bolt, make sure it's all tight, and the gasket for the exhaust. But other than that, battery's in. Let's go. Battery says telling me we're in neutral. If I want to go left, happy days. And right, yep. And brake light, yep. The only thing I can't work out is my actual lights aren't working, so I don't know if I've done something wrong with the wiring on the thing, or run. I don't know what's going on there. Something's not righto. A little bit of leverage. I'm going to go for a cold bend straight onto here. We get that light a bit out of the way. And where are we? Yeah, see if I can get a bit of a bend out of it. Oh. Got to sort of hold the bike so it doesn't come off, and then don't try this at home, anyone. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think I just got some. I think. Yep. Done. So with the exhaust installed, ready for a test, I thought I'd just put a bit more work into this base plate, so I drilled out a couple of clearance holes for these, and I've trimmed it just ever so slightly along the back there, so it sits in there nicely now, and snug, nice and snug, right up as tight as it can go. So that's good that that's done. I've got this so it's not hitting, which is good. It's very close, but it's clear. The only downside to the way I bent that out like that is that this foot pedal is sort of on a bit of an angle, so I may at some stage straighten that up as well, but I might do that with a bit of heat. I don't want to bust it. All right, well, I've gone over pretty much every nut and bolt. Engine's not going to fall out, which is good. Everything seems to be in its place. So all that's left to do now is wheel it out there and throw some fuel in it and see if it'll go. Pretty excited about this whole adventure. Anyway, I'll get it off the hoist and get it outside so that if it spews fuel everywhere and catches on fire, I don't have to worry about my shed. Cool. Just adjusted the idle screw. Well, it obviously doesn't like the leaking exhaust, but I'm going to take it for a run and see what happens. Alright, well that is so much fun. The back brakes need adjusting. I've nearly got no back brakes, but that shouldn't be hard. Still got a lot of that lanolin and stuff burning off the exhaust. Something's bashing around in the back, which I think is my little wooden plate. Either that or something. But she's a goer. She's a ripper. Oh my goodness.